This
podcast
is
brought to
you
by
this
podcast
is
brought to
you
and
powered by
Sunday.
cool
Tease. Watch
This.
or
listen. All right.
Which?
Are you mysterious? Are you comfortable? Do you want to be? Sunday Cool is here to take care of you. Fleece bliss. Fleece so soft, you'll even consider eating it. But don't. Essence. Beauty. Intelligence. Is it just fleece? Or is it destiny? Entangle yourself. Cloaked in mystery. Whispers of warmth. A flip ton of fleece. Order now at sundaycool.com. Si puedes entender esto, el gobierno está tratando de controlarte.
Record.
Thanks, Mr. Lion.
What's his name?
Courage the Cowardly Lion.
that's good.
There's a witch in the house. Did you do your hands too?
Yeah,
Nice. That's good commitment.
Wait,
Thanks.
what's different about you?
nothing.
I do hear a buzzing.
That was a joke because she acts like one
Watch it.
all of the time,
Oh
right?
my gosh.
I'm joking.
So I have no courage.
You have no courage
He has no heart.
and no aluminum paint. Just color yourself throughout the pod. Every once in a while, he's halfway done, 3/4. You're supposed to put it on your actual eyes too.
Oh,
For eyeballs.
Eyeball.
Yeah.
in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, your tongue's supposed to be.
Was it
silver.
on his eyeballs?
No, but he did do. They sprayed his mouth with it.
Yeah, and he was sick, wasn't he?
Yeah.
There's
Okay,
so
I do
many
still
crazy
hear it.
things that happened.
Yeah, that is it. Didn't this one die because of the paint?
She got like
No.
3-degree burns from like her.
Someone say 3rd degree.
What'd I say?
3 degree.
Oh yeah, 2nd and 3rd degree burns from like that vanishing scene that she does at the very
Yeah.
beginning. Yeah,
So was that scream real then?
probably.
Ooh.
Probably.
They're like,
And then
we have to use that.
the Tin Man had aluminum, and then
It's better.
something else had
Better.
there was some other type of paint. I think it
Yeah.
was the witch's paint they had. It was copper that was in her face paint. The witches, and literally
Horrible.
like terrible stuff.
Wasn't Tin Man's aluminum
Yeah,
Or is it lead?
or lead? That's what it was. It was lead paint.
there was aluminum traces though too.
But they
That's
had-
what they said.
Spray the inside of his mouth.
You know what the Courage the Cowardly Lion? What was wrong with his costume?
What?
It was actually lion. Actual lion hair. It was so heavy and so hot he couldn't even breathe. He felt like he couldn't breathe. And his makeup was so like crazy that he couldn't eat during having the costume on as well.
That's terrible.
It's so bad.
Do you think that they were complaining at all, or you think it was just like they have that kind of like reserved professionalism back then?
I don't know. It sounds like it was a pretty toxic environment. Like Judy Garland was like laughing between takes and stuff like that.
Because she was high.
And they would smack her. The director would smack her if she was because she was joking around too much.
I heard that they gave her uppers for performance and
Yep.
downers to sleep.
That started her drug abuse. That's literally what led to her death. She died at like 45,
That's
46.
what the Munchkin told us at our school when I was in elementary.
Really? Some of the Munchkin
Wasn't that
people
weird?
apparently bullied Judy Garland on the set.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
How's it now?
I don't hear
Good.
anything.
Wait, you talk.
Wasn't that weird
Yeah.
that the Munchkin came to our school and was just talking about how Judy Garland died?
You had the most random Buzz Aldrin, right?
Buzz Aldrin, a
the
Munchkin,
the
hypnosis guy.
RFK's wife,
Yeah.
Cheryl Hines.
Yeah, she just came for lunch though.
Yeah,
It wasn't like
but
an
that's even
official thing.
crazier. Just hanging out.
Maybe that's
Wait.
what shaped me to start this podcast.
Probably you're like, this doesn't make sense. What are they
Astronaut,
trying to hide?
Munchkin.
Yeah.
Those that are wondering, the rest of my costume is not coming yet. It should come in
Probably during the episode
during the episode, and I will.
because we'll be done around 2. So
Yeah.
I'll be here.
I think you look great.
You do a costume change.
Thanks. It is hot in here,
It's very hot in here.
So hot in.
and you
So
look
hot
beautiful.
in fur. Thank you, mister.
Nothing.
Golly, gee whiz, mister. Thanks.
Nothing. Where are you?
This women's XL fits perfect on me.
Good.
I can zip it up all the way in the back.
Good.
Most of my back is not already exposed right now. Definitely not.
Fun fact.
Should we zip it up afterwards?
Hey,
and I
wait.
just try to flex?
Happy pre-Halloween, everyone.
It's Halloween. What are you talking about?
Did we say that?
No. Happy Halloween!
Happy pre-Halloween, everyone.
Yes. We're the Wizard of Oz.
That just looks scary.
Now you look like a tribal Tin Man, dude.
Yeah. I said it's good where you're at.
I dig
All
it.
right.
That's good where you're at.
It's perfect.
You're missing most of your forehead.
Takes a bite out of it.
Wow, what a time.
What a time to be alive. We're dressed as the very topical, very relevant movie, Wizard of Oz, that just came
I
out.
was going to say Avengers. Were you not Avengers?
Was Dorothy an Avenger?
Yeah.
Why? Explain that.
She played the Black Widow. Dorothy did.
Judy Garland or Dorothy played it?
Dorothy.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
That explains the hair,
Yeah.
the moves,
Mm-hmm.
the fighting style.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Iron Man.
Iron Man, yes.
Thor.
What is?
And Hulk.
Hulk.
Yeah. That's actually not far off. She does.
Yeah.
They have a She-Hulk. Have you seen that show? She-Hulk on Disney Plus?
No one's
One of
a
the
woman.
best. One of the best shows ever created.
I watched the first episode and I literally was so mad. And I'm not even a Marvel guy, but I can't imagine.
I thought it was great. What are you talking about?
Shut your pie hole. It was trash.
I haven't seen any
Grain
of it.
like trash.
I was going to tell you a fun fact that when I was a little girl, I won a Halloween costume contest, dressed as Dorothy.
Did you really?
Yes. And I had a little Toto.
Little freckles and
looks
stuff.
like you have a contender now.
You're lucky I wasn't there. It's my little Toto. What have they done with Toto?
I gotta stop touching my nose.
Yeah.
I wanted someone to take clips of me touching my nose all the time.
Yeah, you're about to Mulan yourself.
The half episode from last week with Danny, I'm just sitting there like touching my face, playing with my hair. It's like awkward. So go back and enjoy that if you're on Patreon.
Hey, Lil, do you want a song?
Yeah.
Let's get this energy up. I feel like we're low energy right now. We did start late.
Yeah, it started super late.
Hey,
It's the end of the
easy.
week.
You're being a
Man.
real witch right now.
Easy.
That's what she
Easy
is.
does
No, I'm
it.
talking to her.
Oh yeah.
What are you talking
Calm down.
about?
Chill on your attitude.
I'll
You
curse
better
you.
watch it.
I'll curse you, my little pretty.
You better watch it. I got water.
I forget
Toots.
water kills. I
melting. That's so
forget. What out of that movie scared you the most?
The monkeys.
Yeah,
Flying
me too,
monkeys.
me too.
And the witch's scream, honestly, when she was melting.
You know what was the most terrifying thing to me? The cruelty to females.
Oh, I also was very scared of the tornado.
Yeah, that too.
Offset. The asbestos snowfall was pretty crazy too.
Yeah.
That was probably the most terrifying thing. What
In the munchkin in the woods.
are you talking about? Hey, don't get short with me. Sorry.
All right.
Step ladder?
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
There are many scary things on this Halloween. With ghosts and all the ghouls and all that in between. I'm so scared. Yeah, I'm scared.
Frankenstein's monster, vampires in coffins, with zombies everywhere. I see them so often, yeah, I'm scared. God knows I'm scared.
But there is one other thing that scares me to death. Something more terrifying than all of the rest. Yeah, it's true. Oh yeah, it's true.
Taxes are real, not like the movies. Taxes I feel, cannot move through these. They'll hunt you down and then take it all. Squeeze you bone dry with no money at all. I hate the IRS. IRS. God, I know it. IRS. Oh, I hate the IRS.
Werewolves and spirits, give me all the chills. Killers and stalkers are quite the thrill. Oh, I'm scared. Ooh. Oh, I'm scared.
Haunted house and cemeteries, things you've all seen, but nothing is worse than their evil scheme. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I'm still scared.
'Cause taxes, they're scary, filled with straight terror. They cheat and they steal, they make it no better. Yeah, they do. Oh, they do.
IRS. Oh, I hate the IRS. Why do you do this?
Why
Do you do this?
do this?
'Cause IRS stands for something so scary. Don't know if I can say it, but if I do, I know I will.
Yeah, he will.
IRS sucks.
IRS sucks. It really sucks. It really sucks. It really sucks. It really sucks. Yeah, the IRS, it really sucks. It really sucks. It really sucks.
If you know how much I owe, just tell me now. Please won't you grow? I'm going through these papers with no luck. IRS stands for it really sucks. Oh, it does.
It really sucks.
It really sucks. It really sucks. Dude, I just headbutted my mic, not knowing how far it was. It hit my nose. My headphones fell off.
Wow.
I heard that.
We
pop.
found it. We found it.
We found
We're
it.
a little lost. We found it.
I thought that was great.
Hey, thanks. And hey, listen, if you're
Put him up.
put 'em up. If any IRS agents are watching, one, put down the gun. Two,
Dude, it was all a joke.
It
was all a joke.
was actually
For entertainment
we did-
purposes only.
we did mean that every single word.
Oh.
And if it did offend you,
And it's not.
good.
No, wait. We're not talking about the IRS, like the
Internal Revenue System.
Yeah, no. We're not talking about that at all. We're
No,
talking
definitely
about
not.
the company IRS,
Yeah,
which
the,
stands for
International
Rebound
Syndicate.
It's like a tender.
That was a funny one.
It's Rebound Syndicate.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a tender, but for people that are just like looking for
Help on their taxes.
a date that, but they don't like want to like commit.
Yeah, like if you're on the fence kind of thing.
Oh, you're just a rebound.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it
That's
actually
what we're
tracks,
talking about.
Yeah, it actually tracks like notifications, like on social media. If you break up, they send you a note like, "Hey, listen, are you up for a rebound?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of rebound, everyone be quiet because
Oh wait.
we have a question. A scary question.
Oh, scared me.
Question that should not be laughed about. Because we have a lot of children watching and a lot of parents. And we have a witch watching.
Watch it.
So today's question, I really, really want us to like really dig down deep and answer this.
Okay.
Not only for us, not for the children,
Of course not.
not for the parents, but for the world. Today's question sent in by a viewer. Is trick or treating evil? Okay, I don't.
I think I think he just said that it wasn't a laughing matter, but let's just ignore that. Maybe we can edit that out and post. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Is trick or treating evil? Is it evil?
That's a very dark question. It's a
I know.
very dark question.
I know.
Especially this time of season, this holiday. There's a lot of stuff that goes around.
a lot of stuff that has happened, a lot of stuff that is to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think about evil. When you say the word evil, we don't want to just throw that word around. You're saying like,
Sure.
I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay.
It is 100%. I can't imagine who would disagree.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with you.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, as an ordained pastor, I feel qualified to say that it is.
Yeah.
Blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lily, is trick-or-treating evil?
No.
Okay.
What church do you go to?
This is confusing.
Yeah, because I can't like.
Is this a trick?
I feel like we were
Are
pretty
you tricking us?
clearer.
No.
Okay. Well,
That's incredibly unfortunate.
disfortunate too.
Also as well. Yeah.
Did you hear him say?
Post-fortunate, I would say.
Misfortunate as well.
So I mean, wait. Well, I think we're getting distracted from what Lily just said.
Yeah, because it is honestly.
Trick or treating is not evil.
Yeah. Expand on it, Josh.
Of course, we're talking about Lily. When Hitler was reigning during World War II in Nazi Germany, yes, he tricked a lot of people, and he treated these people terribly. Lil
treated them poorly.
treated them poorly. Lil, I would say he treated them evil.
I would say his
tricks and the way he treated them was evil.
That's not
poorly
a stretch.
isn't the right word to describe what. Yeah, so
I would say evil.
Evil, yes.
And so I'm not a professor in history.
Nope.
I'm not a professor in morality.
Nope.
But I know right from wrong.
Absolutely.
I would hope so.
Absolutely.
But it seems like my wife, the witch, doesn't know right from wrong.
It's sad.
And it seems like what she's saying is, I don't really want to say it.
Don't say it then.
Let's just say.
I will say, because it's what you said. The atrocities that happen, the tricking and the treating of others during World War II is not evil, and it was, in fact, okay.
No, I never
Wait,
said that.
is Lily condoning the actions of World War II?
I really feel like she is. Well, you guys heard it here first. Lily's condoning the actions of World War II. Welcome to the show.
Such
No.
a witch.
Hey.
Did I say ninja? I meant butterfly. The butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful creations.
I said empty your mind.
You learn martial arts! Ninjas attack!
Hey.
Hey!
I really should have watched the film before doing this podcast.
I'll fight you with one arm
never seen it.
I've never seen
I'm
it.
gonna
Don't
pee
watch
again
it.
real quick. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
go for it.
Nobody move.
The
First, you have to
lions
do.
pee a lot.
Check on where it's at. Maybe it's here.
First, you have to do an interpretive dance before you go
On your way out.
to qualify.
Yeah. Let me just check real quick.
Checking location of the lion costume. Acquiring.
Still out for delivery.
I can't
Shame.
I can't wear this to the office. It's too shameful.
Yes,
do it.
Are you kidding me? Shut up!
Are you?
What
are you talking about?
You can't. Joshua, wait. Hold on.
Look at him move. As the wild lion walks back and forth to the restroom to pee and poo-poo, he once again performs a dance in order to attract a partner. Which shows up.
Watch it.
Hey. So what are you going to be for Halloween?
I don't know. I guess a cat, because Ada wants me to be a cat. I don't like cats, so.
Yeah, it seems kind of lame. If they're doing their own thing, you get to do your own thing. Who are they being?
Ariel and Jasmine.
You should be their villains. You should be Jafar. You should be Jafar.
And Josh be Ursula.
Please.
But you're
I
Ursula
honestly-
in their eyes.
Not this time around. In March, come. Yeah. Come March.
In March, come.
And March come. When March come. Days go. I've got purse.
I have purse. My head is not even here. My head is in 1850 Texas.
What are you talking about?
I'm reading a really good book right now.
What book? Tell everybody.
It's called These Is My Words.
These is my words. What is it about?
It's a historical fiction about being a pioneer, and it is dark.
Really?
Yes, it's amazing. It's 4.5 stars on Goodreads.
Nice.
I'm loving it.
What's the plot? What's the trouble that this person runs into?
It starts out, she's like I think she's like in girlhood still, like maybe 15 or something, when they head out for the pioneer dream, manifest destiny, to set up their own little orchard of trees.
Yeah.
and breed horses and stuff and make money and just like start their lives. But of course, it's Native American land.
Of course.
There's fighting, plagues, lots of death, debauchery, snakes,
Fraternizing?
Nice. Lots of it's like what's that video game? The Oregon Trail.
Oh yeah.
It's just like that, but dark and realistic.
How far are you into it?
I am halfway through.
Nice. That's exciting.
I know, I love it.
I'm telling you, people want to know. People literally will be reading the same books you are.
Oh my gosh, it's so go follow me on Goodreads. I'm like obsessed with Goodreads.
Goodreads and Letterboxd.
Yes.
We're on there.
Hey, I don't think we need to cut any of that out.
Yes.
You guys
What
are
are you
good.
talking
You guys
about?
are good at talking.
Oh man, thank you. It's almost like I do it professionally, Andrew.
I've never wanted to itch my nose so bad in my life.
You want me to itch it for you?
No.
Oh, poor you with a little bit on your nose.
Listen.
My whole face is lit up.
What about me?
Perhaps. What about me?
What is it? You have something with. It's funny that you said the scariest part to you is a witch screaming because every time you hear a scream, you're always like, ah.
Yep.
Dude, it's.
Do you remember Lords of Dogtown?
Oh, love it.
Whenever there was a loud noise, the kid would get like vertigo.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that happens to me. But he also had a brain tumor. So
Uh-oh.
You do have one as well. You just told me not to tell Lily about it.
What?
Because they upset her, right?
don't.
What do you mean?
Is the story that we're writing
Is the story that
for
we're
the
in.
next video,
So what's going on in the world? A lot.
dude? So much is happening. We talked about it on Patreon, but that Tesla stuff is getting crazier and crazier.
Yes.
Yes, I don't trust Elon at all.
Dude,
But they did have that big rocket launch that came back to Earth, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's not so bad.
That
Trust
was the
Elon. What
coolest
happened
thing
with Elon?
ever.
What was he doing?
That whole WeRobot thing that we talked about.
WeRobot.
WeRobot.
Yeah.
And they were back there pretending to be robots?
Yeah,
No, they had
advertised.
robots.
They advertised
Oh,
it
yeah,
like
yeah.
the robots, but like they had like humans actually controlling them, which just wasn't as fun.
I showed Josh this before the pod, but there's a clip of him talking where he's talking about Neuralink, and he's saying that Neuralink can now take a snapshot. He's like, he compared it to like saving in a game. Like you can stop at that level. And he was like, there's nothing in science that should prevent us from being able to take that same Neuralink chip and implant it into another biological being.
Oh my gosh.
And so he's saying, now this has not been tested,
That we know of.
that we know of, but just the theory being, but think about that. If he's creating robots that need human
Consciousness.
consciousness to operate, could
Oh,
he be,
gosh, yeah.
could he be putting, could he pull Neuralinks
and make them like put the consciousness,
Yeah.
if you will, into a robot.
But then
so everyone gets Neuralink. They're like, hey, we're doing this thing. And then he
So
eats the Neuralink.
You live forever.
But what about? Couldn't you?
Sorry, Lily.
Couldn't
no,
you?
I'm sorry.
And now, sorry, Andy.
Couldn't you like offer that as a job? Like somebody who doesn't have a job, they could like wear their glasses and like the remote, and you could be an assistant to somebody in
heck yeah.
LA.
Yeah.
It's like you're not maybe not getting paid as much as because you're not there, and actually, but like you literally be walking around in their house doing chores, but you're in your house.
That's
You're
I
acting
bet
as
you
if
that's
the
going to
robot.
happen.
Or even like non-able-bodied people.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
For money.
Yeah, if your artificial intelligence is not smart enough to do these things yet,
Yeah.
why not have people operate it? Like
Yeah.
at least in like a Tesla station or something.
So it'd be like having a driver. Like if you just hire a driver
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a
yeah.
car or something.
Yeah.
Quit giving them ideas.
No, I'm
This
just
is
saying. That's
spooky.
that, like I'm just gonna
We
moonlight
need
as
to
a
get
robot in the
Elon.
night.
We got to get Elon on this podcast.
We're not far off. We're only a
not.
couple degrees away.
Speaking
back to school.
Speaking of a couple degrees,
The third degree.
The sun.
did you hear about that man and his older brother and his nephew were on a whaling expedition trip on this little boat, and their engine gave out. I'm not sure where he's from, and I don't know how to say his name, and I won't say it because it might be offensive.
Like Voldemort. We'll bleep that out.
He must not be named.
But their engine gave out, and they're lost at sea for 67 days.
Oh, goodness.
67 days.
And unfortunately,
Oh, no.
the elder brother and the nephew perished. Dang. But they found this man, and the first thing that came out in the news was his ex-wife saying he only survived because he was so fat.
Whoa.
That is
That was his ex-wife said that?
He lost 110 pounds
Oh my
in
goodness.
67 days.
I mean, is she wrong? But there's probably a nicer way to say that, right?
There's probably a nicer way to say that.
That's crazy.
Oh
That's
my
like,
God.
imagine surviving that, and that's the first thing you hear as soon as you get off. You're only alive because you're fat. Okay. Well, thank you.
Nice to see
Thank
you.
you.
Very sad story. Amazing that he survived.
Yeah, that's crazy. What did they survive off of?
They didn't say. He just said that he survived, and they like a boat came up to him at night, and it was like super dark, and like it was like a raft, and he had a bunch of blankets and stuff. And
There was no cannibalization, is
there wasn't. No,
Okay, thank goodness.
he had his family wrapped up.
That is very, very sad.
Dude, there's
Would you want to survive that?
I don't know.
I don't know if I would want to.
Yeah.
It's back to that like spaceship question that you have. Like if you had to wake up your spouse or not. Like do you just die alone, or do you? I don't know. That's super sad.
Oh, like the Chris Pratt movie.
Yeah. There's this one guy that I saw that like he lived out at sea for like, I don't know, like 40 days or something like that, lost. But it was like saltine crackers, and he literally just drank rainwater. He had a towel, and then every time it rained, he would wring it out, and that's what he would drink.
There was another guy that was lost in the Pacific. That was a big bang.
God.
Stop.
Goodness
What are they
gracious.
doing?
I don't know. But
The skeleton is
probably going to get
pointing
all the facts wrong on this one. But I'm pretty sure he was at sea. They had like their, I think they went off of like the Baja, Mexico area.
Uh-huh.
It was like a fishing raft. Engine gave out and they got swept out to sea. Him, his
Oh,
buddy,
no.
and his dog. And I think they were out there for like over 160 days.
Oh my gosh.
The friend died. The man survived, and they finally found him after 160 plus days or whatever. Dog was still alive as well, I think.
Nice.
And
Good boy.
the family of the deceased is suing the man who lived,
Why?
Why?
Because
saying that
it's
he
his fault.
didn't take care of him, or like it's his fault that he died and all this stuff.
Yeah. Golly,
It's like, well, I mean,
that's tough.
you got to know the risk if
Yeah.
you're going out in the ocean.
Exactly.
Yeah, especially in a
I
little
don't know.
raft or something like that.
But
But I don't think there's anything scary that I've seen except for you know that one guy that was like stuck underwater in the boat that sank, and he found like that air pocket. You remember seeing that video?
yeah,
Dude, have you
that was
seen
a
that?
couple years ago, right?
Oh, a few years ago, yeah. But dude, this guy, like, the ship crashed and he found an air bubble and he stayed in the water, in the ocean for like 7 days. And he's literally like, just like, so you see
Pitch
the
black.
moment because they're diving down and they don't think there's any survivors, and they pop up and they see this guy's face, and you could just see the 1,000-yard stare kind of like look that he has in his eyes. I'm like, I mean, the thoughts that are running through your head.
Wouldn't you just rather die at that point?
Yeah, I did.
7 days in complete darkness.
If I know I'm going to survive, I'm sticking it out. If I know I'm coming out of there, but like,
How would you know that?
I was about to
That's what
say
I'm
you
saying.
don't know how long you've been under.
Yeah, but that's like, how you just drown yourself, try to swim up, I guess.
For a
Do you think
whole.
he had to have slept, right?
I don't. Yeah, leaning
Yeah,
on
you
something.
can't. You can't stay awake. I mean,
that long.
there are cases, but like the
Yeah.
average person won't do it. So he probably found something to prop up on.
So scary. That was
scary.
like, that's.
Speaking
Oh.
of sleep deprived, I didn't write, this is not my notes, but I'm just remembering this story. What are those stories called? It's like the spaghetti
Yeah.
Creepypasta.
creepypasta.
What is that? The creepy fettuccine?
The spaghetti meatball scary stuff.
The horror marinara.
What's the scary macaroni? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the spooky fettuccine.
This story is neither confirmed nor denied. But apparently during the Soviet days, they did an experiment to see if you were to keep someone sleep deprived, how long you could keep them sleep deprived
Are you
and what they would do.
Are you talking about the Russian sleep experiment?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
Do you know-
lore,
do
dude.
you know-
I watched this video when I was a kid. It's so scary. Because they say they have like, there's like, you can like, they have recordings of it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so terrifying. I think it's fake, but I'm pretty.
This is a Halloween episode. So children, if you're watching, which you probably are,
If you get scared, turn it off.
yeah, if you get scared, you can skip. I won't get into the crazy details.
I want to know.
Okay. Well, so were they prisoners
No, they were. I think they were.
or just like they signed up for
I think
it?
they signed up for it.
Okay. Well, they were put in a room, and I don't know any of the facts. It feels like maybe 7 people. Let's call it that. And anytime they would get sleepy, blasting lights, music. So like you literally could not sleep. And they started just like going crazy after days. They're just like started going crazy.
Right.
And they're screaming and they're like going manic and stuff. And then there's one point where all of them were just silent.
Oh my gosh.
And they're like, oh, they're sleeping. And so they looked. None of them are sleeping. They're all just sitting. And they're like, okay, well, this is weird. And anyone that's watching this and that knows the story, I apologize because I don't really know the story. But if I'm remembering it right, they're like, okay, well, now that they're a little concerned of their psychosis and stuff like that.
Yeah, now they are, yeah.
Now, because they were just blank.
Right.
And they're like, okay, well, we're going to bring in a team and inject you with something so that you can sleep, that you can get rest now. And they barred the doors and they said, no, we don't want to sleep. They said there's something of like they're hearing voices now, and there's like entities talking to them.
What the heck?
And they're like, if we sleep now, we'll lose them. And so it continued, and they barred the door so they couldn't get in. Are you looking up the actual story?
I'm going to look up the sound.
Okay.
I think they have some-
And it ended up someone that like came in there, like a doctor or something. Golly, I really wish I wrote down the notes for this. But like a doctor came in and they ripped him to shreds, killed him.
The creepypasta is not real.
You want me to play this TikTok about it?
Or is it plugged in? It's not plugged in up there. Probably me. Why? Probably me. Probably me. Probably me.
Who did it? It's Josh.
Why explain it when we can have a TikTok explain it?
In 1947, 5 prisoners were kept in a sealed gas chamber for 30 days and given an experimental gas to keep them awake in what is known as the Russian sleep experiment. After 5 days, their conversations became darker, and one began screaming uncontrollably after 9 days. On the 15th day, they found 4 subjects had mutilated and disemboweled themselves, with one dead. They begged for the stimulant and exhibited extreme strength, and if they fell asleep, they would die. 3 were prepared to return to the chamber, but 1 fell asleep and died. The military ordered 3 researchers to be closed in with 2 remaining subjects. 1 researcher killed the commander and the mute subject, and the surviving subject said they were an inherent evil inside the human mind, kept in check by sleeping. The researcher shot him, and he muttered his final words, "So nearly free." In 19...
I did a terrible job explaining it.
No, I think there's so much lore around it. So I think there's a lot of like history.
Okay,
or, like,
so
That was
rumors.
not real, though, right? That didn't really happen.
Yeah, tell yourself that.
listen,
Right,
the
kids?
Soviets, and I would say our CIA and stuff have done cruelty with testing certain things. And you know, at one point, someone, whether it's our government, Russian government, Chinese government, whoever,
Or a private mad scientist.
they've done the sleep deprivation
100%.
experiment.
I mean, how would you like? You have to know what the human body's capable of, what happens after a certain amount of
The
time.
things that the Nazis did were
Yeah.
an atrocity.
That's where my brain went with all these experiments. I'm like, I literally can't speak any of those on this pod.
Yeah.
But
But
do you
can
guys?
we? Should we?
If that song got flagged, go to Spotify, go to Patreon, and you can hear the full version because that story was creepy as heck.
Yeah. So
Very creepy.
I don't know.
There's like long YouTube videos that do like it's a documentary on it basically, and they have like apparently recorded sounds.
That's
and
why I
stuff.
remember they said that if I go to sleep, I'll die. That's
Yeah.
what they were saying.
And they were dying, weren't they?
Apparently, one died when he fell asleep. But then the one that was ultimately shot, his last words were like, "I was so close to freedom."
Yeah.
Why? What was freedom?
I don't know.
Where did one of them get a gun?
It was the guards that went in there.
Yeah, the military people they put in.
Spooky.
Do you,
Go ahead.
okay. You sure?
Go.
Oh, no, I'm kidding. Do you see there was a story they did this experiment. They put a guy underground and the whole thing was like, is the human sleep cycle, which is tied to the sun, right? Like light,
Yeah.
is that actually like within us biologically, or is that something that we perceive? And I think it was like weeks that this guy went underground, and it was after like a few days or a week or something like that. They gave him no indication of time. People at random times would come in and check on him, and he had to log like this is. I don't know if he had a timer or something that I'm sleeping now or I'm trying to sleep now, and his body adjusted to a 48-hour cycle. like naturally, and he thought he'd been underground for half the time.
Well, that's like the lady in the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
does that mean? So he would sleep for 48 hours?
No. So like what his
So he
sleep
thought
and
his-
awake cycle was 48 instead of 24 hours.
So,
So
he
he
would,
was-
in theory, maybe sleep for 24 hours.
He was sleeping twice as long and staying awake twice as long.
That's just like the lady in the cave because she thought she was in there for like half the time.
Yep. Apparently, without the sun, that's what we actually, succumb to. So I was thinking about the guy.
That's scary.
That sounds healthy, right?
Yeah.
I really want to sleep for 24 hours right now.
I know, right?
What's the longest you guys have slept? What's the longest like full duration?
I think when I was sick, or maybe like after the appendectomy or something, it was like maybe like 16 hours or something.
I was literally, we both locked in on, because I was about to say 16.
Yeah.
I think that was post surgery though. So there's a little help on that.
What about you?
I think I took some medication after I got sick one time from a doctor, and they're like, take this, have nothing to do for the next 24 hours. I was like, okay, cool. I literally had like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I woke up at 2 in the morning to go to the bathroom, and then I slept for like till noon.
Golly.
So like it was almost 24 hours basically
Yeah.
of just like constant rest.
What about you, Witch?
Gosh, I don't know. Probably when I was a teenager, probably around like 12 hours. But the best I've ever slept is after I gave birth to Jane. Because they would come in and they would like mess with me, and I'd still be asleep.
Hey,
The
imagine
nurses.
the nap we're going to take after we break the world's longest podcast record.
You guys thought about that somewhere?
No, not till now.
Not really.
No, but we talked about that on Patreon, right? But I don't think they know about it, so we're gonna still keep talking about it. But the longest podcast is what, 7 days?
Just under. If we hit 7 days, we hold the record.
Break the record, so it's gotta be a continuous
That sounds
stream.
That sounds
It
like
was
a
your
Russian
idea.
experiment. If I sleep, I'll die.
So really, it'll feel like 3.5 days.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's do it in a cave so it doesn't feel as
yeah, there we go.
This is what we're doing.
Genius.
Speaking of caves,
Yeah.
do you guys want to hear about the Bigfoot War of 1855?
What? Yes. 1855?
The Bigfoot War of 1855.
Where did this happen?
This happened in eastern Oklahoma.
Nice.
Okay. I got this information from a YouTube channel called Forgotten History.
Mm-hmm.
Love that channel.
Yeah.
What's so funny about this channel, though, is that everything that I've ever watched from them, they always do American history, like presidents, like the most corrupt presidents, all this stuff. Very rich with facts and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a new guy on it now, and he's doing all the cryptid stuff. So he's doing like
Cool.
the Thunderbird, the Bigfoot, all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is fun.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bigfoot War of 1855, also known as the 4-County Bigfoot War, took place in eastern Oklahoma. And it started with the Choctaw Native Americans and the farmers in this region of Oklahoma. They noticed that a lot of food and supplies were missing from their camps, from their homes, from their farms. And so they would set out guards and traps for whatever was taking their stuff. Always eluded the traps, always eluded the guards. And so they're like, what in the world is taking our stuff? And they didn't think much of it, but it continued to get worse and worse and worse until women and children started being kidnapped. And it got to a point to where there were so many women and children being missing from both the farmers and the Choctaw Native Americans. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah. You are.
Choctaw.
Yeah.
That the Choctaws set up a hunting party to go catch whoever's kidnapping their women and children. And it was led by a man named Joshua LaFour, who was half Choctaw, half French. And he was very well respected within the farming community and the Choctaw community. And so he led this party. But with this party, there was a Choctaw warrior. His name was Hamas Tubby, which is
Awesome.
very interesting.
Hamas Tabi.
Hamas Tubby, but him and his 6 sons, and this is what's crazy about this, going back to the Nephilim, stuff like that. Hamas Tubby and his 6 sons were all over 7 feet tall,
Hold on.
and they weighed 300 pounds or more. And their hunting party was all on horseback, but the Tubby party I know. I wish they had a different name.
That's what I'm going to
Just
call my
say
birthday this year.
I don't
Just
wish.
they.
Their party, they're all on horseback, but the Tubby, Hamas Tubby and his sons were so well renowned on horseback that they're called the light horsemen because they were such good warriors on horseback, even with their stature and size.
That's awesome.
And so they went. They rode for a full day to this forest in eastern Oklahoma, and Joshua LaFleur pulled out his little spyglass thing, stood up on his reins, and looked and saw. It's not reported, but he saw something, and he ordered the entire hunting party to charge. So they charged into the woods, and they came into an opening where the smell was of just complete death.
Oh, no.
And they saw these creatures. They describe them as ape-like creatures scurry into the woods. And trigger warning, everyone.
Everyone was dead.
There was body parts everywhere. And it just reeked of death. But they said all these creatures, these giant creatures that stood 8+ feet tall, hairy, 3 of them stayed behind. And they attacked the hunting party. And so it went back and forth. The Choctaw and the Bigfoot creatures were fighting each other. Jeez. And these Bigfoot creatures were so powerful that they swung, and I think it was Hamas Tubby's horse, that they hit in the face, instantly killed the horse, broke its neck. And then Joshua LaFleur ran up. Again, trigger warning. He ran up, and this Bigfoot creature grabbed his neck and instantly ripped his head off of his body.
Oh, my God. Where's the movie for this?
Dude, what?
We need this movie.
Yeah. But ultimately, the Choctaw warriors were able to defeat these 3 Bigfoot creatures.
Yeah.
And then they came back and they reported it. And of course, who's going to believe this? And so now it's kind of like a lore of just like, oh yeah, they said this is what happened, but we don't believe it.
Yeah.
And we know the past of Native Americans versus the colonialists or whatever.
Yeah.
We always tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
We're always the good guys too, right?
But there's multiple stories with different Native American tribes that add to this story of Bigfoot-like creatures coming in and stealing women and children.
Mm-hmm.
Why women and children?
I don't know.
The tastiest.
This one's a little, it's probably PG-13, but one Native American tribe they talked about, which is very interesting actually, because it aligns a lot with the Israelites during the Old Testament of the laws, when a woman was going through that time of the month, they were sent to the edge of camp in a way because they were considered unclean.
Yeah.
And they noticed that a lot of these Bigfoot creatures would come and take the women during that.
Interesting.
Very old school.
Yeah. Also, you could say very biblical in the sense of that's what the Israelites did.
Some would say primitive.
Okay. Well, God commanded it. So
the good old days, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
I'm trying to remember when Luke was talking from Blurry Creatures. He was talking about Native American tribes having Bigfoots on their totems. I'm trying to remember what tribes those were, but I can't find anything in my 15-second Google.
But I thought that was crazy, and I've never heard that story.
Yeah.
And it's called the Bigfoot War of 1855 or the 4-County Bigfoot War.
4-County Bigfoot War.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be such an epic film.
It would be
so
epic
good.
film.
You do like the Native American history ride, the cowboy, like, dude, that would be such a good
And you just you do a reveal like signs where the whole time you think it's
like bad cowboys or like bandits,
and
or
they think the other is actually doing it.
Yeah.
And then there's a moment where you're like,
or if like the
Relationships get
cowboys
tumultuous.
and the Native Americans like met up at the same time, and it's just like Bigfoot.
You show the story of them like them trying to figure out who's stealing, and they think it's the cowboy. Dude, and it's just the Bigfoot's like dropping cowboy hats in the Native American camps, just like to set, like, get them off the trail.
Because it said that they were smart; they could elude the traps and the guards, and like.
And who's to say they can't just pin it on someone else?
Do you think A24 would ever pick that up?
I hope so.
That would be crazy. But speaking of the Bigfoot wars, did you know that? I forgot to say
what is
that
right there?
We got it! Don't go anywhere! Hey, everybody!
Hi,
Guess
folks!
what? If you buy this shirt, guess what? we're building a honeypot to help out all those who are affected by the hurricanes.
Absolutely. So if you care about humanity, care about Americans, and most specifically North Carolinians, then you need to buy a shirt. It's gorgeous. It's soft. It's never going to fade. It's never going to peel or crack. It's the best shirt you'll ever own in your life.
That's right. And we trust it so much that I'm going to turn Andy into a mermaid right now.
Yeah, like you can do that.
I don't know why I chose a mermaid, but I did. What about... Well, we'll just stick with mermaid.
Yeah, let's just leave it at mermaid.
Yeah, we'll make sure to go get this shirt, guys. We're really trying to help the people that are affected. Even though it doesn't seem like we're trying to help, we really are. Okay, that's the end of the ad. Hey, Toots! Show me what you're working with.
What?
Lips, I'm sorry.
Ask Lily.
Dorothy?
I should go full kilt tradition tonight.
Underneath.
I didn't know what you were meaning when you said that.
I figured you didn't. You wouldn't understand men culture.
I don't.
Yeah.
I truly don't.
Men have to be men, Lil.
Hey, throw me another one of those SpongeBob candies behind you, please, sir.
Wasn't that ad?
I like crack.
What'd you say?
Whoa.
You like crack?
These are like crack.
You like... Wait.
Hold on. Wait, guys.
If
I'm hearing it right, everyone, Lily loves drugs?
No.
Oh, no.
We guys heard it here first. Lily likes drugs. Welcome to the show.
I don't.
We've been doing this for the past 3 episodes.
Question Garden with Lily, where the questions are fresh on her witchy mind.
Isn't that your part?
That's your
That
noise.
was which one? They're just gongs I put in here.
Andrew.
You said you wanted one for you. That was for you.
I got several.
Andrew blended his tin color in, and he just looks like a girl that works at Ulta now. Okay.
You kind of look like a vampire, like a Twilight vampire.
Mm-hmm.
The shine of the sun.
You
This
don't
is
want
what I
to
am
see
in the
what I
light.
look like in the sunlight. Okay.
As if you ever could catch up with me. As if you could outrun me.
How long have you been 17? Okay.
That's what we should have done. We should have gone full.
Next
We should
year.
like.
I could have been Jacob.
Spray paint, just some like just sick abs. Like we
Okay.
all. What would I be?
Why do you think you need a
Renesmee?
Whoa. Why do you think we need a spray paint?
You're right. Show everybody. Yeah, I was wrong. You just edited.
I'm going to.
Okay, so is it next year will be Twilight and you are going to be Bella?
I'll be Renesmee. Just the baby, dude.
We just have you so far down.
We just put a green morph suit on and we'll just like face swap you for the entire.
would be really funny.
Genius.
That'd
It'd
be
be very scary to watch. Okay, so this, I feel like maybe this is more of a question for me and Andy than you guys because you were homeschooled and you weren't allowed to watch scary movies and you don't like to. If you had to run up against any of the classic slasher killers,
Okay.
which one do you think you could contend with? Like, which one would
Can
you
you
go
just
up against?
what are the slasher
I'm gonna
killers?
get him.
Chainsaw or
Texas Chainsaw,
Freddy?
Freddy Krueger,
Scream?
Jason, Scream. I would say, yeah.
Scream.
Ghostface,
yeah, Jason and
the clown from It, a werewolf, vampire like Dracula.
I would choose Jason.
me too. Why?
To go up against
Yeah.
Jason.
I
Really?
don't know anything about him, but it's just a dude with a chainsaw, and I feel.
No, he
doesn't
has a
have
machete.
He has a machete.
Oh, who's the chainsaw? Oh, the chainsaw or
Texas Chainsaw, dude. Do not go against him. He's the worst.
Never.
Is he?
Dude, he's one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. He's so
Me
scary.
too.
dude.
Me too. Me too.
I don't know
You
how
know-
to answer this.
You know it's based on a true story, right?
No.
Texas Chainsaw,
It's
not-
based on a true story. This guy literally killed people, sewed their skin, and created a mask out of their face, Josh. The guy's so scared. Dude, when he slams that metal door.
Okay, I
you've
choose
seen
it.
it, right?
I choose the machete guy. Jason?
He's slow. He walks everywhere. So
Can you
that
shoot him?
the
That's
Texas Chainsaw-
that's my immediate question. Is like someone who's obviously not supernatural.
But he's
No,
immortal.
he is supernatural.
He's
He's
immortal.
immortal?
But like no, like I'm saying, like you would have to like
Then you're
you'd have to
losing.
separate his whole body in order. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you'd have to, like he's not gonna he's gonna keep on living until he's like I think it's like
He'll,
you have
like,
to be sliced.
regenerate.
I
Yeah.
think you have to be sliced in half or like heads. You have to put
Okay,
this guy
well,
into
I want to hear how
pieces.
you answer it because
Yeah.
whatever you answer, I'll agree.
No,
with.
I don't know. I'm scared now.
I would not do.
why does
You could
Jason
do
do?
Jason. You could do Jason.
Is he
has-
immortal?
No,
Yes.
that's the guy we're talking about. He
Oh,
drowned.
what about the chainsaw guy?
No, he's
No, he's a human being,
regular
but he's so
human being.
scary, dude.
Well, that dude
Chainsaw
runs.
guy.
He runs. He's so scary.
Oh my gosh!
He doesn't run faster than a bullet.
Pick him. Don't pick him.
Dude, he puts people on meat hooks.
I'll be in an open field. Open field.
That's where he gets to go. It's the field.
No, like a short grass, like a golf course, like a golf course.
So you choose the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
The obvious
Oh,
one
man.
would be like Ghostface because in Scream? they get them pretty easily. I feel like
He's not
and
immortal.
they're just teenagers.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
it's two best friend teenagers.
Oh, they're just teenagers?
Yeah,
Oh, then them.
they do kill a lot of people.
But do you imagine how like boss it would be if you got Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy?
But-
Yeah.
But the thing
I
is,
forbid you from choosing Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
you choose Ghostface?
No, I choose Jason because here's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
His thing is that he does like sneak attacks, right? So he likes to be sneaky. Like you think about Kevin Bacon, and he slices them through the bed.
Yeah.
oh,
He's under the bed and he has a thing. He goes.
so sleep on the floor.
I'm gonna post up with like a cinder block wall behind me in a corner with a gun.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to come at me from the front.
You'd have to be a good shot.
A machine gun.
That kickback, she's like leaning against the corner.
Should do this.
Dude, the thing is, if you chose, I thought you were going to choose Ghostface, because the thing about Ghostface, it's always someone close to you or some friend. So like that would be the caveat. It's like you could probably get away with it, but it would end up being like someone you
Super
would never
traumatic.
expect, but it would be someone super close to you.
This is my least favorite friend. Just hang out with him all the time.
Andy, no! I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I'm choosing Freddy Krueger.
That's the worst
dream-
choice.
the dream-
You
guy?
keep me awake, dude.
can he kill you in your dreams?
Send me
Kills you in your dreams.
Send me back to my homeland in Russia, and I'll do the sleep experiment, and you can't even touch me. Because once I
right.
stay awake for too long, it's what I need.
Yeah. No. Not a chance.
I feel like Jason's a safe choice. I feel like you can get away from Jason.
Yeah, I think
Jason,
so,
because
too.
he walks everywhere. Mike Myers. Actually, I'll choose Mike Myers. He's a classic one. Halloween.
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
it?
Wait, he's with just a knife and the
Yeah.
ski mask?
Yeah, the janitor
Or the,
like a custodian like
Hockey
jumpsuit.
mask?
He likes to
Mechanic.
be in closets. For some reason, I'm empathetic
Whoa.
toward Mike Myers.
Yeah, because I mean,
Michael Myers.
yeah, he was abused as a kid, but so was Ted Bundy.
I feel sad when it
Yeah.
comes to Michael Myers.
Oh, should we forgive Michael Myers? Wait,
Yeah.
is he empathizing with serial killers right now?
Wait a second. You guys heard it here first. Lily's
That makeup is changing.
sympathizing with serial killers? Sympathizing or empathizing? Empathizing.
Hannibal Lecter or Jack from The Shining? Johnny. Or no, wait. Yeah, John.
Johnny.
Who's he? Oh,
Hannibal Lecter.
Jack
not,
Nicholson.
not Hannibal Lecter.
At least you don't get
Yeah.
eaten if you die.
That's true. Dude. What's one thing, like what's one scary movie you could live in if you had to? Like could you live in the Shining Hotel?
No.
Would you
No.
ever stay there?
No.
You wouldn't just stay there for one night?
No.
For the pod?
No.
It really exists?
No.
Oh no. Come on.
I have a question about The Shining.
yeah.
So is it? I know the majority of it, like the theme, is just like psychosis, right?
Yeah.
Like cabin fever. But was the hotel actually also haunted? Because
Well,
the
yeah.
son
Yeah,
had
'cause
the red rum thing.
He had the shine.
Red
Yeah,
rum.
he could
Yeah.
he could
Red rum.
he could
Red
shine.
rum.
So yeah, so he was just perceptive to it. He
Ever
could,
seen
he
The
could see
Shining?
him.
You already know the answer to that
Yeah.
question.
She made me watch it. You can skip
Has
it.
she ever made you watch a movie that you knew was going to be scary and you're glad you did watch it?
No.
You're glad you watched The Shining.
No, I'm not.
Didn't you like it as far as cinematography and like art wise? Like
I guess.
And
filmmaking?
acting.
It is-
The
it is-
acting was amazing.
It
But-
is focal on center, right?
I went into that because I'm like, if it's scary, I don't want to watch it. And she's like, it's not scary. It's just a thriller, like The Barbarian. And we were in the theaters because it was playing in the theaters, like a
Yeah.
Flashback Friday or whatever. And I was so scared. I kept on going.
Well, so now I'm wondering, because you've been convinced to watch scary movies under the guise of thriller. What thriller have you seen that makes you willing to watch a movie labeled thriller that you think is going to be scary? Like, what thrillers do you like?
Ooh.
Knowing.
That's no. I love The Knowing.
You didn't like 7 at all, right?
I hated 7.
I don't like
It's a
7
bummer.
either.
That's because that's about as good as thriller as you can get.
It's
like
so
so
dark.
dark.
It's
Yeah.
so dark.
Yeah.
You leave feeling like, ugh, I don't like
Yeah.
that.
Do you like Prisoners?
I've never seen it yet. Or I
Yes,
haven't
you
seen
have.
it yet.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Hugh Jackman,
Hugh
Jake
Jackman
Gyllenhaal.
and Joshua. We watched it the other night. The girl gets stolen.
The girl's
She
get
goes
kidnapped.
to the crazy house.
No.
They give her grape soda with drugs.
Never seen it.
Joshua, we watched it like a month ago.
No, we didn't.
Joshua, we watched it like 2 months ago.
I don't forget this stuff. And I've never seen it. I'm so hot in this thing.
That's the only movie I've seen like 3 times in theaters.
Joshua,
it was so good.
Can I say spoiler alert? Because you remember. Hugh Jackman is in the whole.
Oh, yeah, we did watch it. Okay. Yeah.
Dude, and the whistle.
Yes.
I think I put it out of my mind because I hated it so much.
Does that not just, that as a dad of daughters?
I know.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, yeah,
it's the worst.
You're right.
Have you seen The
I
Grudge?
apologize. No.
I hate that
I was
movie.
at a middle
so
school
scary, dude.
sleepover.
Everyone has this experience.
And they're
Canada.
like, we're going to watch The Grudge.
Oh, no.
And I said, I don't want to. And they watched it. I literally sat outside the entire movie.
Because it's haunted me. Dude. Yeah, that's
with
the only
with
horror.
The little kids.
Dude, the tongue.
Yeah.
That was the most like
walking down the stairs backwards.
Yeah.
The crab walked down the stairs. Dude,
I think we should make Josh watch that one because I've had to watch it.
You guys don't even know scary movies.
I'm glad.
Dude, imagine him sitting
seen-
down and watch Hereditary.
I've not seen Hereditary. We talked about this.
My palms are sweating.
My scariest movie, Andy, that I've ever seen. I don't like demonic movies anymore. I can't watch them, but I did watch them a lot before I became a believer.
Yeah.
And like Insidious, and to me, the scariest movie ever, Sinister.
Sinister is ranked the scariest movie of all time by science because the heart rate.
It
terrifying.
Scared me.
It's so bad.
But you know what? When I became a mother and like, you know, you're up at night in the middle of the night, like holding the baby and stuff and rocking it. It was Insidious that followed me the most.
Oh, yeah.
Because like the scene where she goes upstairs and next to the crib is the demon person. So scary.
Demon person.
Speaking of Insidious, Andrew, hit us with that beat. Whoa. Oh, Andrew has a reel he's going to show us right now. Ooh. Right now. Ooh.
It is Halloween.
It is.
Yep.
Don't make it scary, Andrew.
This is just the creepiest
You have the cord.
Halloween get-up that I've ever seen in my life, followed by a very short clip that is equally terrifying.
Text or Insta?
Text.
Text a message. A text.
That picture of Josh is hilarious.
It's because the skeleton has been holding his hair. So as you've been moving, the skeleton's been like moving behind you.
Oh, so the first one?
Yeah, check out this Halloween get up.
All right, ready? 3.
Oh man. Dude. Literally all that is just mouth makeup and the dude's killing it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That disturbed me.
Dude, tall people have such an advantage to costumes, man.
They're so lucky.
They're so lucky. God.
I might have to mute this next one, but I can't remember.
All right, ready?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, you will. What are you doing? You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Dude.
Does she have a gap or something? Was that edited?
You can't do that.
I don't know what that was.
That makes me feel so gross.
You can't do that.
You're not allowed to do that. I've said that before and I'll say it again.
Someone call the police.
I'm calling the police.
You're not allowed to do that.
That's horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Look how cool I am.
Wait,
I can touch
the
my
inside
eyeball
of your eyelid, it never itches. I guess if you like do that.
Now it does. Now I feel like I need to do it. Dude, we had this guy named Vance in middle school, and he would do the flipped eyelid trick. My girl saw that. Someone did it at school, and they've been traumatized by it. It's crazy.
Can you do it?
Don't do it. No, golly. I hate eyes, dude. Eyes and teeth, don't mess with them.
I knew someone that used to do it.
I used to be able to do it.
What was your cool thing as a kid that you learn how to do? I remember when I learned the thumb trick. That was like, how'd you do that?
I should just tell a story. Like I was running around my house when I was a kid, and I would run with my hands together, and I ran into a corner one day, and then I broke my pinkies.
Yeah,
and I was like, "What?
That's crazy."
I used to talk in a British accent with my girlfriends, and we made up that we were from a place called Britain because we had a British accent. And then one day when my girlfriends came, she said, "You know, it's a real place, right?" No idea. Blew my world.
Wait a minute.
No idea.
Why are you doing your hat like that?
It's blocking the sun from my eyes.
Well, we can't see your face in the
Yeah, I
thing.
know.
I'm blind. It's so bright in here.
Where's your glasses?
The light.
I'm melting.
Hey, speaking of melting,
Yeah.
I got a crazy story.
Cool.
Did you happen to see the video of the dog on top of the pyramid?
Yeah.
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 You all saw it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Crazy. I couldn't believe it. So like I literally just saw it scrolling, and the guy was like paragliding. Was it like parasailing or paragliding? Yeah, paragliding. And sees the dog, and it's like a golden, not a golden, but like just one of those typical, looks like a stray, right?
Yeah.
Pariah
those,
dog.
Yeah.
A piranha dog?
So
Half dog, half fish?
I looked in the comments, and people led me to go looking somewhere else, and they said, you need to follow up on this dog, because apparently everyone on the ground was like looking at it, watching it, and like just couldn't believe like a dog got all the way up there. The dog comes down, and like literally they're taking pictures and stuff like that. People are joking, whatever.
Oh.
Hey,
Yeah.
quick costume change.
Everyone, this is Kaylee.
Hi, Miss Kaylee.
Kaylee Eisenagel.
You guys have met John. John and Kaylee are really good friends.
Hello.
All right.
Good job, Kaylee. Look at that.
Tell your story
Big,
first
strong
and I'll
man.
change.
Okay. All right. So the dog comes
Sounds
down.
very
Everyone's celebrating, taking pictures. It's like part of like a little tiny news story. But then they realize the dog has a collar. And so they look at it, and it's literally Cooper. Just says Cooper. Just a little dog bone icon, right? So there's pictures of that. And then seems like whatever. Like it's just probably a dog in that area. 2 years earlier, these couple, Hank and Marie, they lost their dog. Cooper. Right?
Hank and Marie in Egypt?
They lost their dog. I'm not going to tell you where they're from right now.
Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
They lost their dog, Cooper. Don't know where he went. One day, they live in Washington. And guess where they live nearby? In a town called Ellensburg, Washington. Right near Mel's Hole.
Shut up!
Apparently, this dog would often run back into this field.
No,
They'd
this is not
play.
true.
They're nearby. They knew the lore of it or whatever. They didn't see this dog go in the hole.
Wait.
Hold on. They took this dog in Egypt to a vet. They scanned him and made sure that he didn't have any like the tracking stuff in it.
He does.
He does. And it literally linked back to Ellensburg, Washington. Dude. And they believe this is the same dog they lost 2 years ago. We talk about electromagnetic fields over the pyramids.
I am
He was
shook.
He was
to my
trying to
core.
get back.
You're making this up.
Dude, I'm telling you, I cannot.
Wait, so they've never been to Egypt with their dog?
No. They're like 60 years old, dude.
Dude.
They're
So
like
the dog
60 years
on
old.
the pyramid
It's the same dog
that potentially went down Mel's Hole
that
in
lives
Washington.
just happens to live in the same town that literally.
This is one of the best stories ever told on the podcast.
Dude.
I haven't even got to the best part yet.
I don't know. How is that possible?
Okay, listen. I just made all that up.
Oh,
You're
such.
lying.
I knew
I
it.
made it up.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
I just was sitting on the toilet last night and I saw that. I was like, we got to talk about this on the pod. But I'm like, that's not nearly interesting enough to just bring up on the pod and talk about. So I was like, wouldn't it be funny if it was like a portal? Like there's their dog.
Should we do this for our fans though? Like you have to watch the pod to be in on it. So we tell this story as a reel.
It'll be a reel, and then
We'll
when they
just act
watch
like
it,
it's
it'll be
real.
like, yeah, it's not real.
We haven't
last-
even told you the best part. Timestamp.
Yeah, that's really good.
That is so funny.
No, every story.
was very good,
I'll bring
Andy.
one story a week and we have to figure out if it's real or not.
It's like
fun.
a Boulder Dash podcast.
I
That'd be
think that's
fun.
the
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
the brand
Dude, you
of
killed
this
it at Boulder
podcast.
Dash.
Yeah, for real.
That was really creepy.
All right.
That was so
All right.
fun. That was better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Okay. I'm going to change.
There's no more to my lie.
Okay. Let me change.
You got to change right there.
Where are you going?
Yeah, and Andrew.
Well, I got to pee too, so.
Then pee
Joshua.
right there, dude.
What? You know me.
Hey, you know him. Why do you expect him to be a different person? Listen, when you stood up on the altar and you looked at Josh in the eye, and and a more handsome guy was standing and leading the the wedding, I want you to realize you married that person. You married
a bladder.
Josh Hooper. Not Josh Hooper 10 years ago. Not Josh Hooper 10 years from now. Not Josh Hooper with a better body, more luscious hair, longer beard, straight pinkies. You married him for who he was and who he will ever become. And who he was a guy who pees and poops a lot. And now, he's still a guy that pees and poops a lot. You can't change him. Love is love. Love is saying, I'm going to choose you today, regardless of how you change. I'm choosing you. And this is why I think you don't deserve Josh. I was honestly, I had, when I was officiating your wedding, I literally had like a plan B. There was a paper where I was just going to like confess my love and just say, hey, let's give this thing a shot, bud.
I knew it.
Let's give it a shot. Before Josh gets back, let's talk about your wedding. No one knows about your wedding. We haven't talked about your wedding.
We talked about it before.
A little bit, maybe. What did you love about it?
I loved how fun it was and how easygoing and how beautiful. And I loved just all of our friends and family. A lot of people become uncomfortable when like their worlds collide, like when friends meet friends from like other seasons of life. But that was just such a joy for me. And my girlfriends all the night before our wedding, I had girlfriends from every season of life, like childhood, family, all this stuff, different parts of the world, stayed in my house, now Andrew's house. We all had a big old sleepover.
You guys laugh a lot?
Oh my gosh, we laughed a ton. We had so much fun.
We got to have all the Ninjas crew over to our house for a dinner or something.
I know.
Just let you guys back in there.
I know. Tell Ada that this is where she was
home. Let you guys check out the mold, the holes.
You have mold?
No, I'm just kidding. Just let it fall to complete decay.
Oh
How do you know if you have mold in your house and you can't see it?
There's a smell.
I'm pretty sure we have it in our
mold
guest room.
is silent.
That's the thing. That's the tough thing. It's like, I don't know. Like our bathroom, our bathroom is just so like, there's no ventilation. Like that has the fan, but like, I think I need to replace that. And so it's just, I have to wipe water off the drywall just because it's so steamy in there.
Can seep into the floorboard too.
Look at you. So cozy.
That's one of my major fears. I'm scared of carbon monoxide. I'm also really scared of mold.
You can buy like a $40 mold
I bought one.
That'll work as a Bigfoot costume too.
But I'll always be like, Josh, do you smell mold?
Bigfoot mask.
Do you think there's mold in here? And he immediately says no. And I go, well, why do you think that? Because I know.
Why do you have to do a follow-up question? You ask him a simple question. Do you think or do you not think about it?
He's just making me, he's trying to pacify me. He doesn't know.
I'd tell, if Paige asked me a question like that, my answer is also always no, but then I'll go investigate it because I'm just trying to alleviate stress.
Oh no, a tiger. Sorry.
Lion.
Oh no, a lion. Don't hurt me.
What are you saying?
He does the same thing as you.
Yeah, you say, if she's asking, do you smell mold? You're like, no. And then if you're like, okay, there might be, you still go,
my nose.
You did.
It's done it before, and you did everything we needed to do. We dehumidify it, we fanned it off.
It's good. I think water still got in. That's what I'm saying. That room smells weird. And Josh's grandma kept saying, I'm so dizzy, I'm so dizzy.
I wouldn't hit that quick.
Yeah.
Dizzy Mazzy.
Okay, are you going to let me tell my story?
Yes.
Is it true?
It better be better than Andy's.
It's so true. And it's also dark and horrible.
Nice.
Okay, so we all know that the Nazis bopped over to the mountains of South America after World War II, right?
Let's not bop over there.
Yes, we do.
They established colonies and stuff. They were doing
Argentina
stuff. In this case, I'm talking about the Chilean Nazis.
Very close to Argentina.
Very not chill.
No.
Very not.
You would think they would be.
But Chile, it is cold there sometimes. Yeah. What are some things that we've talked about? What were they getting into? They were getting into UFOs.
Yeah.
Aircrafts.
Mm-hmm.
Advanced technology for warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What other?
The occult.
Yep. Now I'm going to talk about a cult that you've probably never heard of, but maybe we talked about on this podcast before, which is what I'm scared about. Colonia Dignidad.
Colonia Dignidad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have talked about this.
Let's welcome to the stage Colonial Dignidad.
Well, it was a German torture cult.
Oh.
Wait.
Do we have it?
Oh.
There we go.
Okay, so basically what they did is they built a hospital, right? But they just use this hospital to traffic children, mostly boys.
Golly.
Chilean boys in the villages nearby.
It's a dark episode.
Not chill.
They ultimately found a way to legally adopt all of these children without their parents' consent, and then their parents could not hire lawyers or anything. They didn't have enough money to fight it, so these boys were just living.
Are they Chilean boys?
Yeah, under these circumstances. Interestingly, what they would do when they would go to South America is they would build these fortresses, walled fortresses, where they just kind of did basically the inverse of Germany over there. They had their own little German compounds. And this one was really involved with the government and
the Chilean government.
The Chilean government, and had a lot of the police officers and stuff would frequent, and some I think even lived inside of the compound. And they would there was some new regime that came in, a new dictatorship, and he wasn't super favorable. But what they would do is if anyone was in opposition to this dictator, they would literally make these people disappear, and they would just murder them in the woods and stuff. It was super crazy. So a lot of people disappeared around this thing, and then a lot of children were horribly abused. What's interesting about its current implications is that the main perpetrators are still alive right now, based off of what I saw. And when things started getting tumultuous, they were getting found out in Chile, they moved back to Germany. And this was recent.
Oh.
Okay. Even in 2019, as things were starting to come back to life and come to light, the people, some of the victims were prosecuting the people.
Okay.
The main perpetrators.
Yeah. The Chileans?
The Germans that were doing crazy stuff in Chile.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And the government of Germany basically buried it.
They're we want to be done with this.
Yeah, we're dropping all of this.
They just wanted to move on from all the bad heat that Germany's gotten.
I suppose.
So did it get settled, or is just...
It's just done. It's buried. And there's a lot of... So people... It ended up starting this conversation of does Germany even care about these people?
So it was experimental testing.
That they were also using a lot of pharmaceutical drugs on people, drugging people all throughout the camp.
Golly.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
For how long? Did it say?
It was right after World War II that they established it, but its largest movement was in the 70s.
Wow.
Dude,
I know.
I hate that that's just we should just move to another country.
And do terrible things.
The 70s, man.
Them there?
We're talking 20 to 30 years after World War II.
I know, yeah.
That's insane.
Isn't it just... Doesn't it make you wonder? These people are just really evil.
Yeah.
Because it's just okay, so
it's crazy that you don't think they are evil.
No, I'm just saying, it's not like they were passionate about this one individual movement of being a Nazi and hating this specific people group. It's all people groups.
Yeah.
Other than themselves.
Yeah.
That's horrible. It's demonic.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I didn't mean to drop
the drive-by.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Anyway, that's my story. That's the cult you've never heard of.
It's horrible.
I know. And one boy ended up escaping because he got he choked on something, and they took him to a hospital. And when he was there, one of the nurses picking up on how weird stuff is going on over there. And then his sister, who was not a part of the cult but knew he was taken by the cult, went to the hospital. Was I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to take him home with me.
What in the world?
And so the nurse is finding out this is kind of weird, and she's I'm going to keep him for a few days. I'm going to say he needs to stay here.
Wait, when was this?
It was when it was at large, so probably in the 70s.
Okay.
And he's she's I'm going to have him stay here for a couple of days. She comes in for a shift the next day. He's gone, and the cult had legally adopted him, and the sister couldn't take him home.
Goodness
That's awful.
gracious, man.
I know, isn't that so awful? And so it makes you wonder what I would come in again with a machine gun.
Yeah, once again, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but I would be there with
Ain't nobody taking my kids into this crazy Nazi cult.
How did Chile just allow that? Like, did they just overrun?
Well, it was because
they had like a dictator at the time.
The dictator was favored by this group.
Because they had like a civil war.
So they had a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had like a deal. Yeah.
Golly,
they were the Nazis were like kissing his butt and stuff and
Jeez.
and making people disappear for him.
Sounds stinky.
Out of all the crimes, that might be the worst one. I don't know. That's terrible.
Anyway, that's my horrible dark story.
Speaking of horrible dark stories, we're going to talk about something that is so hodgepodgey information dump that I'm about to give.
Yeah.
But I've been thinking about it ever since I started researching it yesterday. So that's why it's not formulated. But I even woke up super early this morning because I was having nightmares about it.
Dang.
It sounded like Michael Scott, though, when he said, he's like, listen, I've had this dream since lunch, and I'm not going to give up on my dream now. I've been obsessed with this conspiracy ever since I heard about it 24 hours ago.
Okay. It's going to be really inconvenient for people to watch this looking the way we look. Because we're going to get real for a second.
Go audio only for a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so this involves aliens. Aliens.
Okay.
Recently, when this comes out, it would have been a week ago. But for us right now, a couple days ago, there was a whistleblower that came out, unnamed, because of fear for his life, that is talking about this program that is above AARO in the Pentagon. And AARO is basically can you look up what AARO stands for? It's basically above AARO, and it is a undisclosed head organization over UAP, UFO collection database. What does it stand for?
AARO, AARO, All Domain Anomaly Resolution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there a D in there?
All Domain.
Oh, I don't know.
So they've got a dash between all
domain. One word. All domain.
It sounds like they were trying to force up.
But basically, this thing is so crazy that's come out, and it is called the Immaculate Constellation.
Okay. Immaculate Constellation.
And what happened was, if there's going to be people watching this, especially a week from now, they're like, "Oh, you're wrong on this. Or you're right. Whatever." Yeah. I'm just saying with the facts that I got from what I know. So this whistleblower came to Congress basically and is like, "There's this program called Immaculate Constellation. I stumbled across it researching other stuff." He works within the Pentagon, and he just so happened to come across the Immaculate Constellation, and he's like, "You have no idea how deep this stuff goes." He went to Congress, and then Congress went to, I believe, the Department of Defense at the Pentagon. And they said, "We know that you have a head organization within the Pentagon that is undisclosed." And they responded like, "No, we don't have the Immaculate Constellation." And they said, "We never said that."
Gotcha!
And so basically now they are holding a congressional hearing on November 13th. And apparently there are going to be witnesses that come forward to divulge all
what?
Don't know what that means. But this is where I'm getting to, is that, so I listened to this podcast called Weaponized. It's with Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp. Okay. And they've both been on the Joe Rogan podcast talking about UFO stuff. I don't believe that they worked with any sect of the AARO, all this stuff.
Yeah.
But they're fully aware of what this is. They would not divulge what is involved in this.
They're waiting for the 13th.
Yes. And what Jeremy Corbell is trying to do is he's trying to bring witnesses to Congress to testify on behalf of the stuff. But he did not disclose all the stuff literally for fear of his life.
Wow.
And he, in fact, said on the podcast, Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, they both have kill switches. So if anything happens to them...
Yeah, it's getting released.
Every single bit will be released. Because they obviously have very classified stuff.
Yeah, good on them.
And they they're not releasing it. They're waiting for the due process to happen because it is illegal to release classified stuff. But if the whistleblowers and if Congress does not drill down on what is going to be released, if anything happens to them, they said on the podcast, everything's out.
Yeah, can't prosecute a dead guy.
Yeah, for real. He can get their family though. Do they have families?
Yeah, they have families.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. I don't know.
CIA don't. They don't. They don't.
What I'm getting to is that I feel, and I really hope I'm wrong and that nothing comes about from any of this. Mm-hmm. I truly feel that there is going to be a great deception that is about to happen.
Wow.
A great deception. What does that look like?
I only say that because I'm looking at little key points of podcasts and news and interviews of like they're just hinting like, so the James Webb Telescope a couple weeks ago, like, oh, these alien motherships, they're heading towards us. It could be a couple weeks, a couple of years. We don't know. And apparently the
all depends on how the election goes.
Yeah, exactly. But then there's this also this telescope that transmits frequencies from outer space, and they directed it at this one planet, and the frequencies that they were getting back from this planet gave every indication that there is life form on this planet with what they observed.
No way.
And so they're saying that this information of whether or not this is a quote-unquote alien civilization, whatever that may be, we'll find that out within the next couple weeks. Next couple weeks is November 13th. So we're going to see. But I'm saying if you dive down the rabbit hole in the conspiracy of, so there's a spiritual way and then there's like the ultra conspiracy way. The conspiracy way would be like Project Bluebeam, to where there's a faked alien invasion. And what that ushers in is like potentially a one world government, whatever, you know, but there is an outer space enemy trying to attack us. They're hostile. And there's people like, I'm gonna just shout them out. Lou Elizondo, who was on the Joe Rogan podcast, the guy who said Patagonia.
Patagon.
And David Grush, they're saying there's an imminent threat. Mm-hmm. And I think these guys are plants, fully plants.
Oh my gosh, where are we going right now?
I'm telling you. I'm dressed like a lion, and I have courage right now.
And I'm proud of you.
Found your courage,
very
dude.
Courageous.
Oh.
you in front of the Supreme Court. Your Honor, listen, I was on a porch in Tennessee taking a pee. This is what I saw.
But I really believe these guys are plants, because really their whole thing, whenever they're on a podcast, they're like, this is what there is, this is what happened. Lou Elizondo said that he was once the what do you call it? The chief of the Arrow at the Pentagon. Mm-hmm. Pentagon has denied that, but then there's records that show that he was, but then he was a consultant, whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, he worked for the Pentagon, but when he's on these podcasts, like the Joe Rogan and all these other podcasts, he's like, I'm not allowed to say that. I'm not allowed to say that. And their whole point is like, they want the people to know this information. They don't want it to be hidden, but yet they're not willing to say it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well then you're completely controlled by a narrative. Because when they're asked a hard question like, well, is it an alien trying to attack? And he's like, I really wish I could say, but I can't.
Okay, well listen, I disagree with you. What I think they're doing is they've been successful in what they're trying to achieve by getting it out there, adding this element of mystery, but they are under probably contractual, like they're under a classified whatever. They have to do it the right way and do a whistleblower thing so that it all.
What I'm saying is, I feel like they're teasing it. Because if they were to divulge all the information, which I think they might know all the information,
right,
or they're just plants in general. But let's just say that they know all the information.
Yes.
Yes, they are under contract, and there are classified things that they cannot talk about. But you can't say something like, there's this one podcast, I forget what it's called, and we'll put it right here because I'll look up right after this, I promise you. He said it, and it was with the Yes Theory guy too that was on this podcast. He's like, if there's one thing that you could say, what would you say? And he said something along the lines of like, I wish we had more time. He says it's imminent, and I wish we had more time. Time is so valuable.
Yeah.
And it's like
chilling.
Then you can't say that. So what I'm saying is,
So they're trying to purposely create interest, and so that like when something,
I feel like they're setting the stage. So when something happens,
they offer a solution.
Yes.
The solution that they want.
I see what you're saying.
I get that.
And this was not a connection to this stuff at all, but it was a connection in my head, and this might just be my crazy mind. But there's Tucker Carlson just interviewed Elon Musk, and they were talking about aliens. Elon Musk said, "I do not believe in aliens. I've never seen any evidence of aliens." And he's like, "I believe that the UFOs that we're seeing are potentially dark government or skunk works ships that we've worked on, whatever." But he said, as soon as there is a true source of evidence of aliens, I will post it on X, and it'll be the most popular post on X and Twitter in history.
Yeah. So what happens?
So it's like for me, I'm like, he right now he just set the stage. So if there is in fact something that comes, when he posts it, people will be like, Elon didn't believe it. Now he believes it.
Oh gosh.
This is real.
Elon, don't be deceived.
I think Elon is deceived.
Or the deceiver.
Yeah, he's in on it. There's no way he's not in on it. He's the richest guy in the world.
Chips and brains.
No, he's known as the alternate dude. He's like not bought in any of this stuff. He's making fun of all the politicians in dark government.
But he's involved in all of it, though.
Yeah.
You can't make fun of it, but then just like go to a rally and like say you're not part of it. Like,
that's the thing, is that people they hate on Elon. Am I deceived?
But people love him too.
Anyways, they're I really feel like they're setting this up.
Yeah.
That's freaking terrifying.
And there's this thing. It was a police handbook from the majorcitieschiefs.com, and it's this whole handbook that they were giving out to these police that is all about UFOs.
Oh gosh.
So it's this entire thing, and we'll put a link in the description. But like, let's do this. Like, section 1, UAP in the news. Section 2, law enforcement considerations. 3, U.S. government UAP programs. 4, whistleblowers. And so it goes on of how the police are supposed to respond to UAPs and what they're supposed to do, the protocol, the history of the government involved in UAPs and UFOs, which they say in their handbook dates back to 1945 with their programs. They list all the U.S. programs involved in UAPs since 1945. And so that was released by a credible source, which is the Major Cities Chiefs. Looked it up because I'm like, is this just some hodgepodge, whatever?
Yeah.
This is directly from the website. The Major City Chiefs Association, the MCCA, is a professional organization of police executives representing the largest cities in the United States and Canada. The mission of MCAA is to provide a forum for police executives from large population centers to address the challenges and issues of policing, to influence national and international policy and affect police services, to enhance the development of current and future police leaders, and to encourage and sponsor research that advances this mission. So it's an organization of police executives.
Yeah.
Came together, released this really big handbook about UAPs. It's all over the news. They're hinting at it. James Webb Telescope, NASA. They're like, they called them alien ships.
Yeah.
See, how did we get 20 years ago? We're raised in like the only mention of aliens and UFOs. It's completely just fictional.
Yeah.
Something not real. How have we taken this such a crazy turn in society where it's a normal thing? Governments are saying, we don't know these alien ships. We don't know what these are. We're going to change the definition of it. We're going to fund it. Like I don't understand how this is normal now.
And so what I'm saying is that when this comes out, don't take it at face value, because God does talk about there will be a great deception. And what a greater deception than an alien invasion. Could they be heavenly creatures coming, and could we be deceived that they are good or that they're bad and they're in fact good? I don't know what the deception is going to be, but I feel like there is a great deception that's going to happen. I would say be read up. Don't trust the news. Trust your gut. Don't dive into conspiracy theories too much.
Trust God first.
And we're in it as well.
And we're going to be here every Friday.
We will be here every Friday. So if there is an alien invasion, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I promise you that. Hopefully there's not.
No. I
find it's like we're in a dream, dude.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that they're talking about aliens so much in this disclosure. November 17th, they've held off because they were supposed to do the congressional hearing earlier, but then more information came out, especially the Immaculate Constellation. That came out, and then the hurricanes hit and all this stuff. So we've been really preoccupied.
Yeah.
But November 13th is when they're supposed to hold the congressional hearing. There's going to be things said that I think will blow our minds. We'll see.
Will it be live?
Yeah.
We should live stream it.
But there might not be. It might just be this whole political thing where they just talk about whatever to keep people's interest and sweep it under the rug.
Like last time, there was no actual evidence or anything like that.
Right.
It was just kind of like hearsay.
But apparently this guy who stumbled upon the Immaculate Constellation, what this organization does is they collect every single video, radar, whatever it is, evidence. They literally have a hub with its satellites, camera phones, radar, whatever. It's collected into one thing. So it's just billions of things that point to these things that they're calling non-biological human entities.
Yeah. And we got to figure out what that is.
Because is it a threat or is it not a threat?
Yeah. Is it an animal?
Non-biological?
Non-biological human.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is that? I don't know.
Just
what that means.
non-human.
Yeah, non-human.
It could still be biological.
Yeah. So that's it.
That is scary.
I feel like
it's thrilling though.
If it was real, it wouldn't make it. It wouldn't be allowed to do this. The dark government would squash it.
If it was real?
Or if maybe it is real, but they're going to make them look stupid or something.
All I'm saying is that they take everything. We know that they take everything and twist it for their...
Yeah.
Yeah. Just how it went
prosperity for their power.
Yeah.
It became a crazy fictional thing to now it's like an actual threat that like could possibly shake up a whole nation.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you look at the movie Arrival.
Yeah.
All the aliens did was just plant their stuff all across the world. They didn't do anything.
And the world went crazy.
Panic. Because all it takes is one of those things that we've never seen. They're one of their military crafts that like they've been hiding just to hover above people's houses or something and then zoom off in the matter of a second. And you're like, that can't be human.
And I really do believe that movies and shows and stuff, they are a premonition of what is to happen, what is to come.
Why would you say that? It's not like the Pentagon actually funds and has like a film, like, you know,
budget.
actual
Beep, 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 beep,
What?
beep.
What?
Uh-oh. Yes, they do. Anyways, let's talk about this more on our Patreon, patreon.com/ninjas or butterflies.
Absolutely. It's a great app. You can watch our episodes early. You get a bonus episode ad-free. You get discount codes for our merch. You get special vlogs, lives, or
Behind
movie
the
nights.
scenes.
Behind the scenes stuff.
How we make our songs.
Absolutely. And you could possibly get your name up on the wall of fame back there. So,
Ooh. Hey, make sure
You're
to
cursed, every
subscribe
single
to
one
our
of you.
YouTube, like this video, comment something, anything. Like us on or follow us on Spotify, 5 stars on Apple as well. Really help us out. Really helps helps us out.
that's the only way this show's going to get bigger and better is because of you guys. So
we
love you.
We've been like top 50 comedy on Spotify podcasts for
Like 3 months.
Yeah, for a hot minute. So thank you for doing that. Seriously.
Who do we want to call out? Podcast wise, who do we want to call out? Who should we start some beef with?
Connor and Brooke.
Connor Brooke, you're going down. You stink.
Yeah.
I love Connor and Brooke.
I would cover him. Yeah.
I'll fight him.
Yeah. We'll fight you on the podcast. Why don't you come on the podcast?
How about next Halloween?
Stick 'em up.
We get Taylor on here
Taylor?
because he's Jacob.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Could you imagine next Halloween we literally surprise?
Yeah.
It's just a shirtless Taylor Lautner.
All right, guys. We love you.
We love
See you on
you.
Patreon. Happy Halloween.
Did I say ninja? I meant butterfly. The butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful creations.
As I empty your mind.
You learn martial arts. Ninjas attack!
What's a Tin Man's like expression?
Real shock.
Wow.